You guys really like the idea of reversing the order of an entire Pokemon game, making the final Elite Four your first gym leader and vice versa. So today we're continuing the trend in everyone's favorite region, Unova. However, as many of you already know, the Unova region has two very different gym leader lineups. One for the original games and one for the sequels. So today we're doing something a bit different for this one. This video today is going to cover the original timeline for the original games, but there will be a video in the future covering the sequel gym leaders in reverse. What kind of chaos and absolute mayhem can we unleash if every single boss fight in Unova was reversed? Who would be the champion of this twisted lineup? Well, sit back, get cozy, drop a like, and subscribe, and let's find out. Starting with our first challenge for the video, and that's turning the Elite Four members into gym leaders. But since you can challenge the Elite Four in any order in the game, I'm going to take the liberty of putting them in two different orders for each of these videos. And for this one, we're starting off with our first gym leader, Marshall, the fighting type specialist. Now, we could give him a throw and a sock, but that would be insanely overpowered for the first gym leader. And although I do like a ton of chaos here on the channel, I do occasionally also like sprinkling in a bit of order here and there. So instead of that ridiculous lineup, let's give him a Timber and his ace Mienfoo. I feel like these two Pokemon would pose as a great challenge for new trainers while also not making them want to flat out give up before their adventure even truly began. Now, let's say you beat Marshall and picked up your first badge. Well then, now it's time to take on the Psychic type specialist, Caitlin. And she tends to battle with grace and elegance, and although she looks very confident on the outside, she does tend to struggle with her title as a gym leader. But with her Pokemon by her side, she's able to give new challengers a great battle while also staying true to herself. Her team consists of a Duogen and her ace Musharna. Pretty defensive in nature, but they do pack quite a punch, especially if your Pokemon aren't specially defensive. But good work, trainer! You've got your first two badges. Now it's time to take on the Dark type specialist and third gym leader, Grimsley. He's very flashy and loves to put on a show with his battles. He does this with the combination of fast and devious Pokemon. His team consists of Scraggy, a Liepard, and his ace Bisharp. Now, before you start complaining in the comments, I'll have you know that Bisharp's base stat total is actually lower than the original gym leader Berg's Levani, so calm down. Now, as for his battling style, he starts off by gauging the challenger's offensive output before tiring them out and outspeeding them with his Liepard, that then fully seize victory with his ace. This battle is definitely going to require a ton of strategy, but is the perfect challenge for new trainers looking to join the Pokemon League. And now next up is the final Elite Four member turned gym leader, and that's the fourth gym leader, Chantel, the Ghost type specialist. Now, being a Ghost type specialist is always a challenge for trainers because of the immunity granted to them, but also because of their unique movesets. And Chantel is no different. She's got a Frillish, a Golett, and her ace Chandelure, who does have a pretty high base stat total, but if you factor in the overall team's average base stat total, well then she actually comes in right under the original fourth gym leader Elisa's entire team. And that's what I call balance. She's also got some pretty insane coverage with all her Pokemon having dual types, her first being part water type, her second being part ground type, and her ace being part fire type, making Chantel one of the most challenging gym leaders thus far. But that doesn't stop you because you're the champ in the making, oh yeah. And you've got 4 badges already. So next up is the fifth gym leader, and that's Drayden and Iris, the dragon type specialists, and the first double battling gym in Unova. Oh, you thought we wouldn't tap into this amazing game mechanic? Well, think again. Drayden's got a Dino and his ace Zwillius, while Iris has her Axew and her ace Fracture. Now, you might also notice that most of the original gym leaders only had 3 Pokemon on their team. And well, yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna scale their teams respectively, but also logically. Anyway, this double battle between father and... is Iris actually his daughter? I don't actually know. Between old man and little girl is another huge challenge for trainers to overcome, but will come in handy down the road. Oh yeah, trust me, I'm foreshadowing over here. Moving on to the sixth gym leader and famous actor Bryson, the ice type specialist. and he's got a chilling team to overcome. Again, we're giving him 4 Pokemon, and they are Cubchoo, Vanillish, Cryogonal, and his Ace Beartic. Really similar to his original team since he was the 7th gym leader in that one, but for this one we decided to give him a cute little Cubchoo. But when Bryson isn't working at the movie set or training in the mountains, he's giving a test in physical strength and mental sharpness to challengers like you. So good luck with this one. Next up is the 7th gym leader and aviation pro Skyla, the flying type specialist, who's also got quite a nice upgrade. Not only is she rocking some new aviation gear, but she's also got a slightly modified team. Still leads with her Swoobat, but now she's got both Braviary and Mandibuzz to deliver some nice aerial synergy. And don't forget about her ace Swanna, because Skyla's battling style is more akin to following your gut and trusting your Pokemon, because she trusts her flying type Pokemon can confidently pursue victorious battles with a great blend of offensive and defensive moves. But that doesn't stop you, because you're a trainer on a mission. And that means taking on the final gym leader, and that's none other than Doug Dimmadome Clay himself, the ground type specialist. And man oh man does he have quite the team upgrade. He's got a Golurk, Seismitoad, a Crocodile, and his Ace Excadrill, making his ground type Pokemon one of the most challenging teams to get across. But this is your final challenge before you take on the reversed Elite Four, so nothing's stopping you. I, for one, really like how Clay ended up being the final gym leader because his character is all about valuing experience through hard work. And what better final obstacle than showing Clay all of your hard work? But hooray, you did it! You collected all 8 Unovian gym badges. But before we head over to the Elite Four, might I remind you to like and subscribe to the channel, mainly because this is an ongoing series. And if you're new here or like this type of video, the best way to let me know is by showing me positive analytics. But also because I got some really good videos on the channel that you should totally check out after this one. But enough of that, let's tackle the reversed Elite Four. Starting with one of the most annoying gym leaders turned Elite Four, and that's Elisa, the electric type specialist. And just when you thought she couldn't get any tougher, she came in with her insane team, consisting of Stunfisk, Emolga, Galvantula, Electros, and her ace Zebstrika. Honestly, I love how her team turned out, even though I have some ill feelings to wiping at her gym multiple times in the past, but we won't talk about that. Her blend of electrical Pokemon with her Emolga's immunity to ground types and her ground type Stunfisk itself is a great mix for this first Elite Four members team. Moving on to the second Elite Four member, and that's Berg, the bug type specialist, and man oh man does he make bug types look so good with this team. Definitely something our boy Aaron from Sinnoh could learn a thing or two from. But Berg's team is made up of a Crustle, Excelgor, Escavalier, Goliapede, and his ace Levani, giving him nice coverage to counter many bug-type weaknesses. Oh, you think a fire and flying type will sweep through? Well, think again, meet Crustle. Or maybe a rock type. Psych, have you met our steel compadre Escavalier? Yeah, this team is probably one of the best and well-rounded bug-type teams I've ever seen. Next up is the third Elite Four member, Lenora, and the normal type specialist. And this one was really fun to create. Who knew Unova had such a healthy balance of new Pokemon for all types? But anyway, Lenora here has a Watchog, Audino, Chinchino, Bouffalant, and her ace Stoutland. Now, you might be thinking, oh, a measly fighting type should easily clear through her team, but you're forgetting about her Watchog's Hypnosis and Dream Eater, or her Audino's Draining Kiss, or her Chinchino's Dazzling Gleam, or even the fact that her Bouffalant and Stoutland have insane attacking potential. Either way, her team's been so well crafted and optimized to give you a pretty good challenge. Now, for our final Elite Four member, we are breaking tradition and flipping the script right on its head, with not one, not two, but 3 brothers as the final Elite Four member. Does that actually make it Elite 6? But anyway, meet the brothers Sillin, Chili, and Cress. And also where we'll be conducting, yup, you guessed it, a triple battle as your final challenge in the Elite Four. I mean, why not, considering this is the only game in Generation where triple battles were introduced and were even a thing. So yeah, let's do triple battles for this one, which means we'll definitely need a 6 Pokemon team. But either way, we're totally flipping the script with this one, so let's see what the final challenging team looks like. Well, Sillin has an Amoonguss and his ace Simisage, Chili has an Emboar and his ace Simisear, and Cress has a Basculin and his ace Simipour. Now you might be frothing at the mouth like, why the heck does Chili have an Emboar? Well, first off, calm down. There is a reason. And secondly, all the brothers have their ace Pokemon plus a Pokemon related to food. You got mushrooms, fish, and a little bit of bacon. Now, I thought this was totally a good way to go about things, but I can definitely see why some of you might think otherwise. Either way, it is what it is, and now we've got to figure out who's the champion of this twisted region. Well, I guess we could be basic and just let Alder be the champion, but I think that's kind of boring, so instead let's go with the cool, smart, young, and collected Colress from Team Plasma and make him the champion of the region. This would add such an amazing twist to the story with Colress being the champion with him being so open about aiding Team Plasma. However, only for the possibilities of enhancing his own potential and inventions. You see, he's all about being the smartest and creating new things. So does that really make him a bad guy? Anyway, what would his team specialty be? Well, I think he'd be a mixed trainer like Blue, Trace, and the likes of those champions. And for his team, let's give him a Ferrothorn, Gothitelle, Klinklang, Druddigon, a Gigalith, and his ace Genesect. Oh yeah, and it's holding a random type drive, so good luck with this match. But that's it for the original Unova in reverse. I can't wait to take you guys on a trip down memory lane for the Unova region in reverse sequel scheduled to come out soon. Again, if you guys enjoyed this, please hit that like button and subscribe. And while you're at it, why don't you check out some of my other videos here on the channel? Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching. Check out this video next and see you soon. Bye.